Gotta stop my echo here. All right. How's everybody doing? So, I did a little bit off stream. Mostly I was stream sniping Fabian last night and improving on some puzzles that he was also working on. But he played longer than me. And we were both working on this one, Unstable Compound. And I started this last night when I was really tired and after playing this game for too long. So my solution was kind of crappy. I cleaned it up, but Fabian still beats me by like 20-something%. But there's an obvious route for improvement. So basically you build this thing and you put some stuff on it. It's a little bit crazy. So I had thought that the bottleneck in this was... Let me turn down my sound. I thought the bottleneck in it was this little manufacturing thing, but then I realized, wait, that's just a standard component that I can place multiple of, right? So this whole process takes a long time, and that's the bottleneck right now, but I could like snap the first 3 guys on, and then pass it over to a different one to do the rotation. Now, the only trick with that is that I'm passing one of these orange guys up here to be used. So if I reposition this to make more space, then I'm going to need to change that. But that's fine because this is an ugly tracking thing. It has plenty of time right now. If we improve our cycle time, this will have less time. But somebody else is going to be the bottleneck. Like 14 is going to be the bottleneck later. So weak saucing Fabian. Weak saucing Fabian. I don't know about that. Okay. So that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to build this so that this is a 2-stage thing. That it passes it over to another thing and does something and passes it over there. And then we're going to deal with this fallout. So this is going to, I don't know where it's going to go. Like there. We're not going to worry about spacing too much. Right there to there. I think I missed by 1. Right. because we then, oh, but it's going to be in a slightly different place. Let's just start doing it. So we go there, there, there. Maybe this is a little too late, but at this point, we'll pass it. So 2, we'll do a rotate right release. 4 is just going to be a totally different arm. And 5 is the rotating guy. That'll be a totally different arm. So oh, is that enough? Wait. Okay, yeah, because we don't leave the bounds of that. So here, we want this to land on a blue. And then we rotate it twice and then pass it over. So we're just going to need one arm for that. Every time I delete something now, there's a bug that hoses my program, so I never know what damage happens when I delete something. Okay, so that's a blue right there. So 4 is grabbing too soon. So 1, grab, rotate, rotate the atom, rotate the arm, release. So now it's going to end up in slightly the wrong place, but we'll just move all this again. So we want to go uppity by 1. Up, no, not with 9. Okay, fine. We'll just uppity by 1. And then there's this whole question of how to get this atom over there. Let's just make sure that it gets through the other thing. 4 seems like, okay, yeah. Oh, we want to rotate the atom the opposite direction. One, 2. You got to have 4 atom rotates. 4 atom rotate 12. Okay. We're still in the wrong place. Right, we want to be 1 to the right. That's interesting that we still even get there earlier. Like, not only have we pipelined it more, but we get there 2 cycles earlier, and we're going to have to speed up these guys. But first, we have to fix this. Right? So we're passing this off so that this guy I can put it there. So what's our best way to get there at this point? Grab, rotate, track. I mean, yeah, it's more steps, but whatever. So we're going to make 9 longer. He's going to be like grab, rotate counterclockwise and track twice. So rotate counterclockwise puts us there, and then we track like that. It's a little bit annoying, but whatever. He's still not going to be the bottleneck. I mean, look how early his thing is out there. Okay. So now this probably isn't any faster. No. But that's fine. So like I've said, let's single step out here. This actually gets here faster now, which... There. So 5 isn't ready. And 12 isn't ready. So they each... Okay, they're only one cycle off. That's fine. We can do those. So now, of course, they're grabbing from a common atom source with other guys. So maybe we're going to create some other contentions here that we have to work out. Probably. Maybe not. So, bam, bam. Okay, so that should save us one cycle. So we should be at 109, which is not that great, but we have an artificial timing restriction in place right now. Let's just make sure we're at, I oversteeped my tea. Gotta make another tea. Okay, we are not at 109. I don't know why, but that's okay. I don't care. I'm actually a little bit... Oh, because we didn't change the timing of these guys later. Okay, let's get that. Let's get that ironed out. So, you know, these guys happened one sequence earlier, but then all these guys are waiting for the old timing. Right, so there. No. Oh, I bet it's... There's one more arm that has to go soon. Wait, no, because 5 smacks that in. And 5 rotates this guy up. And then somebody else grabs it and rotates it up. I mean, that handoff takes a cycle, but that's part of the design, so I'm not sure. Not sure what to do about that. Now, that doesn't mean that the handoff should be part of the design, frankly. Because maybe we should put all this stuff somewhere else so that we can just keep swinging this guy around in a circle and we can save that cycle on that handoff. But our real problem is this guy. So let's start knocking this clock. Well, let's just get rid of it, and we'll probably crash. But we'll see where we crash. Yeah, so those guys loop. Let's just see how fast we can go. Those guys are like overlapping in a looped way, which is a little hard to see on the timeline. So I'm just going to keep padding the time until we work. All right. Okay, 100. So now we're only 11 or 14 or something % behind Fabian. All right. So let's knock it another cycle. Maybe we can do that. Yep. $95. We're catching up. I think I can beat his score for sure. Okay, so So if I can get rid of, let's see there. I mean, if this works, this would put us almost at his score. And then the last, I mean, it really shouldn't be that hard to... $90. So we're one cycle off. And like I said, all we have to do, well, let's save. This is good progress. Rename without huge troll feed. Okay, so how about bug solving? Have I solved all the known bugs in the programming language? We are, you know, basically we're in the process of building a big test suite that we run, and you know, in the process of that, we're sort of we're hitting the language harder than we have in terms of testing stuff, and we're going back and like testing all sorts of stuff that I did a long time ago, but that you know, sort of decays as you change the language and stuff. And so we've mostly finished the initial version of that, and then we're going to do a bunch of fuzzing and stuff. So that's actually one of the reasons why I'm not doing a lot of streams right now, is there's not a lot new to say. We're just like going back and solidifying what's already there. Hot saucing Fabian. Oh, that's a good point. This is hot saucing Fabian. Well, not quite yet. We'll get there. We'll get there. Okay. We are so close to hot saucing Fabian. Although if we go any faster, 9 is going to crash. Look at that. 9's too early. We actually have to intentionally delay 9. Let's delay him by like 2 cycles. Yeah, that's more comfortable. Because this is a little resting point. It doesn't matter how long that guy sits there. Okay. What are we doing here? We are going to get rid of our clock and see which guys crash, which is hard because it's up here where there's like 3 guys. There used to be 4 guys there. I actually cleaned it up a little bit. Oh, there are 4 guys there. It looks like 13 and 6 maybe? Yeah, 6 is grabbing. 12. No, not 12. I wish it would just put in red who the problem was. 6 and 3. Is that 3 under there? No, 11? All right, well, let's see exactly 6 and 11. He needs to draw the numbers in a highlighted way. Doesn't look like 11. 12? 12. Who is it? 6? Oh, 8 maybe? No. Who the... This is what I hate. It's like one line of code to draw the conflicting guy in red. $13. Right, okay, it is. It's 6 and 13. So can 13 be delayed? Grab. Okay, 13 can go way earlier. 13 can go like, this can be the first thing. Right? I mean, that might conflict loop-wise with other people. So we're just going to deploy all this at the top of the round. So 13 goes, and then who's next? Then whoever the hell that is, 11 goes. So 11 is going to go immediately after 13. 13, 11, and then who? Who goes between the two 11s? So 12 has to fire right after 11 to get that guy out of the way. 13, 11, 11. Okay, so 12 has to fire after the second 11. So we have 11 grabbing off here twice, which means we have room for someone else to grab. 13, 11, someone, 11. Who will it be? Now we have pipelines longer than the amount deep we are, which is why it's so confusing. Like stuff isn't happening till the second cycle, which I didn't realize was a technique you could do, but apparently is. So that's pretty sweet. So we got to move 6 and 8, for example, way up because they're both grabbing from this. So like 6, and who's 7? Is that 7? 6, 7, and 8. All. So 13. Who has to go first? Wait, no, not 7. 7 stays. 6 and 8. Let's do 6. So 13, 11, and then 6 goes here. Oh, I put him in the right place. 6. Actually, 8 probably has to go there because 6 has to go. 8 has to not crash into 6. So 8, right? And then we got our second 11 and 12, and then 6. We might regret firing 6 off this late. We might want to do this in another order, but okay, let's see how that goes. 2, 3, 4. We might have more contention for this. Yeah, okay, we're not fast enough. See, the problem is we're looping and this guy hasn't gotten there. Wait, really? Yeah, we're looping a lot faster than our latency right now, right? So wait, I don't understand. How did that happen? Oh, I guess maybe this just got radically shorter. I feel like I screwed something up. I mean, look how much I have to pad this now. Oh, right. So, okay, I can't put 13 first. 13 needs to come in later. So that idea of bringing people first was fine. I wish I could easily renumber 6 and 8. Okay, we're going to do 11. 11 is deploying early. 11. And then 12 is here. Sorry there. 11. Who pulls second? This guy doesn't. 8 doesn't matter. 11, 8. 11, 8, 11. I'm going to regret this ordering, but I just want something that works. 11, 8, 11, 6. 11, 8, 11, 6, right? $13. That might be too late, but we'll see. Because 13 is a slow poke. Wait, what? I screwed something up. 12. Oh no, 12 is the guy who has to go later. So confusing. I don't remember whose job is what. So let's put 6 there. God, this is annoying. Okay, 13 actually, I got confused. 13 actually does want to go first. This is so annoying. Okay, so 13 does want to go first. Because he has to clear this. It's 12 that has to come late. So now, 13, 11, maybe 6 goes here. I don't know, dudes. I wish I could just put all these next to each other in the timeline. Like, can I? Wait, I can? Holy cow. Okay, wait. Let's put these in the order they have to go. Okay, what did we just say? 13 is going to go first. So 13, wow. 13 is the new 6. Okay, this confuses me. Shoot, did I overstate my T again? Yes, but not as badly. Damn it. Have I played it? Have I played what? Angari. Oh, I played an older version of Angari. I haven't played the full release yet. You don't think building rotation arms 5 and 13 should be allowed? Well, whatever. Okay. Yeah, I didn't realize, I played this game for a while and I never even thought to drag these. Okay, so 6. Actually, let's put that above. That's the new 5. So 5 goes. And then 12 is going to be the new 6. So he deploys left, or deploys right, deploys left. So then between those two, okay, when he deploys left, this guy eventually comes in. But there's going to be some insertions between these, I think. So, 5, 6, 7. Well, these are the things that really have to happen in sequence. 8. 8 can happen anytime. It doesn't really matter. He just grabs. So as soon as we deploy right, this can happen. Because he's grabbing off of here. He could grab off of there. I don't. It just pipelines it more to split it up between two arms, and this is kind of long. Let's make this, though, since this guy's a double arm, instead of reset, we release, rotate twice more. Wow. That's what it does. Okay, it's smart enough to do that. Okay, so 5, and then some more people grab. So like 11 or 9 is grabbing at the same time as 6. Right, so 9, it's 11. So we'll put this guy here, and we'll put this guy here. Now I don't remember the numbers, just when I get used to the numbers. 8. So 8 is the current conflict, and then 10 also. So these then, that can go to the right, and now this is in conflict, but that can go there. So, all right, so now, wait. Okay. So the tricky thing, 10 here is supposed to catch the atom and swoop up. So I can't reorder him arbitrarily early. That's why he was super late. So the timing of this is actually very sensitive. It depends on everything else that comes before. Okay, so 5. Okay, now we're just going too fast. We're looping. Okay, 5 is also sensitive. Let's... Okay, wait. Which one? I got confused about these before. No, 5 is fine. It's 7 that has to come later. But we're looping so fast here anyway. I don't understand how we're getting killed by the loop all of a sudden when we weren't before. Okay, you know what though? Let's just start trying to improve this part. Rather than keep dragging these guys back to take longer, let's juice this up a little bit now that this is working. So 1, 2, 1, okay. So, we're passing this guy up, and we can't even really use him yet. And, really we want to kind of dual issue. So the problem is here. So 3 is going on. And it's going over, it has to clear this. So if I were up here and swinging down, that would be no good. Now maybe I could rotate this way, right? So that, we'd be swinging onto there. I think that would work. So let's try. So first of all, let's make it work rotated. So like that. That's going to screw up everything afterward, but okay. Okay, wait. Okay, that's not good. Right, okay. If it's, well, you know what? Screw it. Screw it, buddy. Oh, that won't do what I want. So the problem is now we're rotating this guy off the thing, whereas before we were getting we get two bonds there, right? So if you look at 2 here, who's the guy who spins this? Wait, yeah. So he spins, waits, spins. Oh, he does the second half. So 1 does the first half of the spinning because we broke it up to pipeline. So 1 passes it off to 2 here. But you can see there's just a lot of waiting while we wait for this to feed in. So really the answer, okay. 1, 3, there. We could have a guy here that tosses this first one in, right? 3. So we can save 2 cycles there because this one is ready to be placed now. Oh, that's not that much speed increase. Wait. Grab, rotate, stuff it. 1, 2. So, paradoxically, if this goes first, the reason I wanted to do 1 first is because he's a slowpoke. He's coming in from below so that when we repeat, like there's this additional issue here, when we repeat and we're pulling this guy off, we don't want to hit that. But frankly, well, I mean that'll get worse when the loop gets tighter. So okay, let's move this back 1 closer so that it works again. I mean, this is still causing us problems, but let's put a clock. Wow, still, were we really that much longer? I don't even know. I mean, that's, when you have a clock out that far, dude, that's so much room for improvement. All right. So let's speed this up. So go, 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 So why are we doing 1 first? It's because I wanted to have someone to rotate in a known position. So we go 1 and 2 at the same time. Rotate, rotate. Both of these could be ready at the same time. 1, 1, 2. We only save like 1 cycle if we do that. We only save like 1 cycle. I want more than that. I mean, we could certainly get more. By we could certainly get more by passing this off earlier. I mean, because we're just waiting anyway. So having a handoff doesn't cost any latency anyway. And you get a free rotation out of it. Because when you rotate the guy, and this can be an arbitrary orientation. Okay, let's get bananas here. I'm just going to make a lot of room. We're going to go bam, 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 bam. No. I'm going to try 1, 2, 3, and then we rotate there. How do you like that? And we're going to rotate to land on a yellow. So we're going to go, we're going to need more space. Okay, so ding, 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 no, ding, 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 2 rotates clockwise. Well, that's good. That's right when this handoff happens anyway. 2 rotates clockwise. And then he waits for some other stuff to happen. Yeah. Now let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and finish the yellow there. I kind of like this idea, but rotate the atom, then rotate right. So, badam, badam. So that puts us, okay, this is good because we don't try to rotate into this square from here. And then here, you see this atom at spot 12. I kind of want to, I mean, at this point, so we don't need to be as strict about where this is now. Like this guy could live up here, which then means we need to pass this differently, but that's okay. So, yeah. So here's the thing. If we don't worry about this passing yet, he's going to do something. He'll like rotate more and whatever. That passing can be slow. So here we're gonna do dualies on this. So 3 fires 2 and 4 fires 1. And that gets us through faster. So bam. Who else is grabbing it? 14 maybe? Let's just ignore that guy. So, okay, so 4 went the wrong way, obviously. Ah! Right. Of course. Okay, but if 4 and 3 swap order, then we're okay. Because 1 isn't fully in place yet. Yeah! See how much faster that is? 1, 2, 3. And now in this frame, so 2 should have already grabbed. And on this frame, he rotates. So he's got to go 2 earlier. 1, 2. Oh, because 1 hasn't let go. Well, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Both 1 and 2 now have cycles of the same length, so I'm not sure. I mean, oh, never mind. Yeah, we can't go in from this direction because there's always going to be a guy there. I mean, okay, we can have 3 fire. Okay. Four, 3. So kind of what I want to do here, if I want to pipeline this really fast, I don't really want to put a third one in yet. That is enough. So when 4 grabs, 1, 4, 3. So this second 4 grab is not going to be a thing. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to have this guy. It's now going to be 5. This guy, oh, it's going to be 5. This guy's going to grab, track to the right so that he doesn't hit anyone. And then rotate counterclockwise. So he's going to put a guy here. Or maybe even I'm not sure. I mean, I feel like we need space, but okay. A little bit later. Okay. So now we're doing this handoff. Right, so one frame, 2 frames. You have 2 frames to get it there without incurring latency. Unfortunately, it takes us 3. Unless we can find a better place to put it. So getting it there in 2 would just be grab, release, or grab, rotate, release. I mean, that's yeah. So if a guy here had it, that would be okay. The problem is, the obvious problem is this high value long arm real estate is, you know, I would want to grab it from here and I can't, right? Why do I need the forearm? Someone's saying. Because the clash can 5 turn first and then track as not to crash. I just renumbered them since then, so I don't know what the... Regardless of whether I could avoid that crash, I want to get things off this pad anyway, because you want to pipeline this in order for it to be fast. Right? Because I can start a new guy this frame. I'm not yet because I have a timing, you know, I have a timing limit. But I could start a new guy right this frame, and that's what I want to get to. So, I want to get this guy rapidly to here. Here's what I think I do. This is a little bit radical and weird, but 1 is going to happen. He's not going to come first. And 3 is 4 is also not going to come first. We're actually going to start by moving our spare guy. We want to grab I mean, this is stupid, but 5 is going to grab, track, 1, 2. It's not enough, but 5 is going to grab, track, or grab, track, rotate to get that out of there, track, release. So we're going to get a guy there, and then we're going to have another guy that's going to grab, track, rotate, release. All right, so 6 is going to grab like that. Okay, well, I screwed up my 1, 5, 1, 3, 3 and 4 now. Yeah. So we're latencying our first thing a little bit, but that's to hide. So we don't want to be paying for this handoff multiple times. Like, we don't want this to wait. So we're just going to pay 2 frames for it instead of more than 2. Okay, so now the timing on 2 has to wait, right? Because 1 did that. There. Now I'm confused. Okay, so we want 4, the current 4, and then the current 3. Yeah. Yeah, you see that? Two grabs, rotates right, rotates the atom again. And then 7 let's see where that is, because we need to now rotate. Well, that was weird. 2 has some lag that he doesn't need. So here he can rotate. That's great. Boom. See? That was good tactics. That wasn't good tactic. So what we need blue. So 7 needs to grab here. Right? And wait. Seven needs to grab, track, spin, spin, spin. So when 2 is done, right, 7 needs to grab, track, and like spin 6 times, which is going to be slow. And then pass it off. That's probably going to be a bottleneck, but whatever. We can have someone else track the atom. So is 2 now throwing this guy? Yeah. 2 should track. Yeah. 2 should track and release. And then 7 just does grab, spin a lot, and this is timed for 2's release, which is the one earlier. Grab, spin. Wait, is it only 4 spins? Right, because the track will make one of the bonds. Now I'm confused. I think that track's in the wrong direction. Okay, we need 5 spins. Man, if we just... Oh. Like a little one-arm guy here would track and rotate, but whatever. 2. He's going to throw in an extra rotate. So 7's only going to rotate 4 times. Kind of evens the workload out. I think 2 still has the worst share. Okay, I tracked the wrong way. Track wrong way. And now they're both grabbing. So 2 needs to have... Okay. 7 is just early. There's 1 early. Ba-bam, 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 bam. It's kind of weird that he goes the other way. Let's keep it for the niceness of the system spinning. So you see how, like, this could be very tightly pipelined now. Okay. You can hit number 1, and it will show you the last time where all elements were when you hit stop. Now, okay, I mean, I know that's also this button down here. I didn't know it was on the keyboard, so that's good to know. But I've been using this for sure. This is super useful. Can't you drag it over a 3-bonder to add the rest of the bonds? Drag it over a 3-bonder? Like one of these? These are different kinds of bonds, is the problem. This bond is not the same as this bond. And even though this one is a different color, or looks like the same color, kind of, it's not. So believe me, I tried that. I was like, oh, I'll use this to do the silver bond. But it doesn't work. Because these guys make big fat bonds, and these are little thin bonds. These are like blue, I guess, and these are gray. I can barely see the difference, but yeah, it's not... That my first 20 minutes of playing this level was being confused by that and figuring it out. Okay, so... So 10 needs to be way ass later. Like 10 needs to be so much later, I can't even tell you. still too soon. 10 and 13 need to be way ass later. And we'll put 8 one frame later too. Oh, geez. I mean, oh, and we're dropping this guy in the wrong place. So we got to go 1 to the right and 1 to the southeast for all this. And then this handoff over here isn't going to the right place, and if it's even happening anymore. We'll deal with that when the time comes. I didn't move this guy's track with him. I hate that. I wish it would just fail. Okay, it's still not in the right place. 1 more to the east. Surprise. Now it's starting to look like this might get in the way of like this traveling up, which makes me nervous. But that's fine because it might even be good. I mean, I was originally thinking, hey, I should add a 3rd stage here, so maybe I'll just do that. But let's see. Let's see how much room looks like we have. I think that might hit. Let's get the timing figured out so that we can tell. So here we're just wrapping sooner than we're ready, which is a problem. Oh, that doesn't hit, just barely. Oh, but it might hit on the way out. It's depending on, yeah. 6 is making me nervous. So we have 2 things happening. Well, I don't know. I mean, it would be nice to simplify all this craziness. Why is 11 trying to put 1 there? Did we change? Maybe we didn't have that before? Okay, wait. Yeah, I think that's new. So down here we get these 2 of the center guys. And then this one, oh, 11 is there. Okay. So I thought it would be less confusing. Oh, this would be fine. The problem is now, because we're not ever placing this one correctly, that's what this guy is supposed to use to get this atom the hell out of there. Like you'll see, oh, he's just going too soon. And now, yeah. So let's fix that timing and we'll see if it hits. So 14 has to go like 2 cycles later. One earlier. He was just a little early. That doesn't hit. All right. So we have a working thing again, which I would like to get to and checkpoint that. We have a working thing again. Well, I also want to get the cycles down because we've got this huge clock way the hell out here. Look at all these wasted cycles, all these empty boxes. It's ridiculous. It's like half the time. So we'll start working that out. So So now, in a way that doesn't crash into these guys, I want to pass a guy. I want to pass another guy up. You know, I think we double pump this. I think 5 goes first, passes that. Then we go like 5, then 3, or 5, 1, 3, 4, I think, right? So 5, 1, 5, 1, 4, 3. Right, because this is the guy that hits. And then after 3, let's do 5 again. He's ready, actually. He's just going to... Oh, but that means he won't be... Like, he should be ready now if we want max speed. So I can't use him. I was like, oh, it'll be convenient to just do this again and have this guy hand off. But we need to hand off on this guy immediately. And in some way, it's not going to hit. Dude, I don't even know. Or we get from this one, right? I mean, one of the first things we do, in fact, my original design involved yeah, you know, that looks kind of idle. So why don't we well, it may just look kind of idle. Let's just have 11 pump twice. 11's going to dump here twice. And he doesn't have to be a piston arm right now because he's in a good spot. So 11 is just going to dump there twice. And after the first dump, 15's already, timing is good. 15 is going to grab and then track, and release. He just has to get that guy down there. Grab, track, whoops, release. Uh-oh, we're still missing one. Wait, I thought, okay, wait, 11 drops 1. 11 didn't do his second one. And in fact, let's make him a dually arm. Wasn't this just number 6 a second ago? No, I guess it was a while ago. We'll make this guy a dually arm. And I guess it doesn't, it's not smart enough. So we grab, track, release, and we do that again. That timing is probably bad. 12, yeah, 12 is gonna grab and do something. Yeah. We'll have 12 go after 11. Oh, 11 has to give a frame for 15 to grab. It's annoying. There we go. So let's see where that's at. Actually, let's see how low we can drop the clock without crashing. Not very low. I feel like I made this slower than it should have been somehow in the process of making it type pipelines. So this is going to have a lower score than we had, but all right. So basically, I have to figure out a way to deliver this stuff. Like all this out here is a little bit crazy and can probably get better. Yeah, 131, that's substantially slower than 90. It's because we have this clock out here. So we have to resolve some of these issues that are happening. It might be, let me just save this though, because it was a substantial rename. Slow, but more pipelined. Copy that. Now, okay, that's good. Okay, 13 is too late, way too late for the current timing. So is that part of what crashes? If the clock is lower, let me see. So if the clock is one lower, yeah. This guy's just sitting there a while. So 13 needs to come sooner. I just wonder, because he's sort of grabbing from a pile, but he could grab arbitrarily sooner and then rotate some and just be holding this guy over here until it's needed. Right, so that happened to be the right timing. Okay, so now, I mean, can he just keep spinning? No, I think we'll hit 11. We could turn 11 into a piston arm. Like if 13 could keep spinning. We'll worry about that later. That'll be an extra thing. But that would allow us to get rid of an extra arm and a hand. Like I want to reduce the number of arms here because it's hard to edit, right? Like all these timings have to sync, and every time we change the timings, there's a lot of work to do. So ideally, so this guy on the frame, 13 releases. This guy wants to grab 14. Okay, so 14 is just one late. But yeah, if we could get rid of that handoff, that would be good. Except that maybe, yeah. Wait, it still seems slow. Bam. Oh, 14 can grab early because the whole design is that that guy is there already. Okay, so I believe that we moved the clock in 1, so we're slowly getting back where we were. And we may be able to move it, it looks like we may be able to move it in another 1 or 2. 124. Let's see if we can move it in one more. Yeah. See if we can move it in one more. Nope. Yeah. Eight, though, is super awkward, and we should be able to do something better with that. But before we do, let's get our score, and we'll save this version of the level. Yeah, the sausage tower... there's a trick to the sausage tower. You can do it with difficult brute force, or you can realize a trick and do it pretty easily. The first time I did it was by brute force, and then I was replaying the game, and Daniela Ben-Mergui said, "What are you doing, you idiot?" And I was like, "What?" And that made me realize that there's a trick to it. All right, we're down to 119, so we're going to say more pipeline back to 119. Man, this, you'll really start to understand why CPUs get a lot deeper pipelines if you play games like this, because you're like, oh yeah, I want more throughput and blah. It's the same thing that happens on processors. If you'd been following along, you would know why we're back in the hundreds. Charlock 93. Yeah, I mean, the weird thing about the leaderboards is it only shows you the minimum for each. You can't see, like, for any given solution. And there's no like combination heuristic. I guess they thought about combination heuristics on previous games and gave up on them. So yeah, the way to do it is just game each one individually. So this is stupid. 8 is coming in front. Eight is coming in front to deliver something to the back. So really, when he grabs, instead of rotating left twice, he should rotate right. I mean, that gives him more work to do, but like, look at what a big problem he is. And we can make that reset cheaper by making 8 a dually, because he's not in danger of grabbing anything back here. Okay, let's see if that lets us put the clock in more. Looks like it. I mean, we might have a problem elsewhere, but we're not really in danger of colliding right here anymore. Okay, let's put the clock in more. Let's try 2. Let's be daring. Okay. It's like, is 15 still grabbing? No, 15 is hella idle. 11, oh, it's right, it's 11 and that guy. Because 11's a dually. It's a shame. Okay, let's move the clock up and get our score, because it'll be better. And then we'll make 11 not a dually. Well, I think we managed to bump the clock by 1. Yeah. You know, 11, let's make 11 not be a dually, because he's not really bound by timing that way. So let's see if that at least works. Oh God, right? Let's just nudge him along till we find a grabbing point. Yeah, 12, okay. All right. So that works. So let's try bumping the clock. 2, being daring. That's good. Let's bump it again. Yeah. All right, we're getting back. We're getting back to where we came from. Oh, wait. Now we're instruction bound. So we can't even bump the clock because of 11. Okay. We're back to 104. Apostatic's on the board now. So he's playing right now. Okay. Rename. Now bound by dude number 11. Okay, so to get rid of that bottleneck, this is really stupid. He's just delivering stuff. And it doesn't really matter. It doesn't have to be him who does this, frankly. It's just, man, there's a lot going on. So I still have the option of trying to get from here, like this one on the left, if I don't want to get from here. You know what? No, I'm going to do something crazy. Instead of 11 grabbing the first time, let's make a whole other arm. We could have an arm pass from there to there. And while that's happening, okay. So someone will probably hit if they're here, probably not if they're here. So we can go hand from there to there, track in, grab it, and pass it where it needs to go. Yeah, that actually is pretty good. So 15. Is going to be track, that'll probably hit. Let's make it a double, 2 long track. $15 is going to track, grab, untrack, rotate right, reset. We're only going to use this piece of the track and we'll see if it's sufficient, and if not, then we're fine. So 11's first grab is not going to happen. We're moving that to the time of the second grab, which is there. And his first grab time is now open. Actually, let's duplicate 11 with a control click. So, because that makes it easier to see the timings. So that's the second grab time. Now on the first grab time, instead of that, we're going to grab. Actually, this guy can track. There's plenty of room to track here. So we can grab, rotate, track, release. Let's do that. 12 goes grab, rotate right, track, release. 16, on that release, much simpler, just goes grab, rotate right, release. Ah! Okay. Maybe I didn't get that wrong. Now we have pipeline wrapping problem. So, no. 13. Who are all these arms? 13 is grabbing. And 8, I think, right? Or no, it's not 8, it's... I wish I could see... 7? No. Dude, I don't even know. Oh, hey, we're below our clock again. That's why we're jamming. So that's a good reason to jam. So 13 and 8. Right? 13? Who's 13? Okay. Yeah, so 13 and 8 are grabbing at the same time. 13 doesn't really need to be soon, I don't think. I just don't know who he's going to overlap with if we make him later. All right. So here, 14 is kind of winding up and waiting, but he should do more of his rotations. Well, oh, wait. "14 should grab sooner and get his thing the hell out of the way. Like that. The ending, the last swoop is what carries the atom, so that needs to wait, but all right, we need to clock up a bit. Wait, what? Oh. So the problem is I got confused about what I was doing here. I thought I was dropping a thing here. I need to drop a thing here. Which is it's a different spot if you were not aware of that. So whatever, we can probably come up with something more elegant for this. I had two guys, that wasn't a timing contention, it was just two guys trying to drop onto the same spot. Now this is a timing content. God. 9 and 12? Oh, I guess it does. Wait, when the collision happens, it does draw this guy on top for a minute. Oh no, it's just that the other arm's rotated off. Okay, so 12. Do we have idle before that? No. This is happening in a messed up order because of earlier stuff that happened. So if you look, I'm setting these up before these, which is not really, that's just a recipe for badness, right? So really, that 12 handoff should happen after 9. After second 9. So 12 is going to happen after second 9. That does mean we have a gap in the grabbies, which we can use for somebody else. So 12 happens after second 9, and then 16 has to happen after 12. Okay, it's probably 9. Well, it looks like 13 and 9, yeah. I mean, why don't we just try pushing in the clock? Oh, we can't. Let's try pushing out the clock. By 2. Okay, you know what I want to do? I want to relieve contention on this thing and make it easier to think about. People are trying to hot sauce me in chat there at 91. Look, I already had 90, and the whole reason I'm doing all this is to get way better than 90. Like, I just need to lighten up my situation here. This is just an annoying situation with 5 arms grabbing from the same thing. You know, it's just a recipe for cold sauce. So I almost want to just have like a depot, like kind of like this guy's doing. I never finished Infinifactory. I might go back and stream Infinifactory after this, just because it would be fun to finish that game. It was like, you know, I was in the middle of developing games very heavily at that time, you know, when you're trying to ship stuff. All right, I'm just going to try and work out whatever thing this is. So 13 and not 5. 5's like, yeah, 5's over there. So who is it? 13. I wish it would just tell me what number. 13. And hell if I know. 8? Yeah. Who was 13? Is that this guy? Yeah. Let's just try delaying that by a cycle. I don't know. Okay, and we needed 2. No surprise that we needed 2. Now we're on somebody else. That's okay, we'll go 2 more. Now we're just super late. But part of the reason we're so damn late is that this guy has to track, rotate as well. So his job is just to put something there, and I feel like we can do that better anyway. Like I don't really want to double duty, guys, but 12 is cheap, right? So 12 is deploying things out here. So maybe he just goes twice. Can we do that? Let's see if 12 can do that without contending. Yeah. So 13's new job is going to be to live up here and just track that guy down. He'll have a faster cycle anyway. So 13, after 12 second handoff, is going to be grab. I don't think I'll hit anything there, but we'll see. I mean, we always could. He's going to be grab, rotate, track. It is, I will admit, it's starting to look a little nasty there. Grab, rotate, track, clear. Let's see what happens. Oh, now we hit this guy. We might hit both these guys. All right. Well, maybe this wasn't such a good idea. Or yeah. 16 can have a longer cycle and just not come back yet. I mean, that's trouble sauce right there too, but you know, we're not at the point where that's a real bottleneck yet. We can just have him hang out. Okay. So now 13. So 13 could instead live down here. I don't think that would hit anything. Grab, track, track. I mean, his tracking might hit something. Grab, rotate, track, track. Now I can't track that way. Grab, shrink, grab, shrink, rotate. I mean, he might hit something else there. Let's see. Yep, all right. Grab, rotate, shrink, track. That's screwed up. Grab, shrink, track. Let's see if that tracking hits something. Grab, shrink, track. Hey. All right. I have no idea what clock we're on now. Problem is, it looks like 13 is just getting there in time. All right, we're back to 104. Let's see. Okay, 13 is one early actually, so we're still good there. Let's see if we get this. All right, well, what the hell is happening now? 8 and it's probably 8. Because now we've only got 3 guys grabbing off here. 8 and 12. Eight is very messy. Let's just admit that. 8 goes grab, rotate, 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 track, track, track. So he's a bottleneck anyway. Even if we didn't have this clock, we got to fix him no matter what. He's got the worst job because he's like trying to deliver a guy to the furthest place. Now the question is, where is that spot? Would it be easier to deliver up here? Maybe not. Let's make him a dually and just drop something there. Right? That gives us a lot more freedom on his timing. So 8, just grab, rotate, 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 reset. We get rid of all this other stuff. Right? Yeah. He was our bottleneck by 2 cycles. So we do that. Now we've got a thing there. And now, of course, we're still gonna have a jam with somebody else, but it'll be easier to think about once this happens. So now we have a guy. Once he drops off, let's just grab, was he delivering to down there? Grab, rotate, rotate. Track, track, clear. All right, so that's an annoying sequence, but it is nowhere near that bad. And we can make this guy a triple as well to get rid of a lot of this. So That's still going to jam because we didn't change the timing of 8 at all. Right? But we can now. And let's actually change the timing of whoever else it is. So, well, so 8 and 12 we said, right? Okay, so let's look at 12's first. Okay, so 12 is close to being a bottleneck also. And I feel like between his first grab there's an idle time in there. So 12 goes grab, rotate. Someone could grab now and they don't, and rotate. We have an odd number of cycles there. So that's bad too. So really, so 12 is delivering to there, and then he's delivering to there twice. He doesn't really have to, right? So the first time he delivers to there, it's for this. And the second time, it could be someone delivering to here, and we just move 13 again. Right? 13 is just trying to put a guy here. So if we have a different arm, and it swings to there, that's an awkward position. Thirteen could, I don't even know. I don't even know. Okay, a different arm than 12 could grab, rotate, expand, drop, and then 13 doesn't have to expand. You just grab, rotate, track. Let's try that. And that'll give us more freedom on the timing, because 12 can't go earlier on his second cycle because he's busy resetting. So it's always fun to add more arms grabbing the same source. Isn't that what I just complained about? Yes. So after 12, actually, let's do this. So new 13 does grab, rotate, expand, release. And he does it. Okay, so 12 second goes. 13 goes grab, rotate, expand, clear. Okay. No, I didn't mean track, I meant expand. Okay. That may just be because 14 needs to get on it as soon as that lands. Right. 14, as we said, doesn't need to track anymore, or doesn't need to retract anymore. Yeah. All right, well, fudge. Now 8 is early. This guy didn't get here yet. How did we do that? Oh, geez. 18 is, what did I do? So 8. Basically, so two things are happening. Our cycle is too short. Like, we start doing the second thing before even our guy gets through the pipeline. Wait, what? Dude, this game trolls me so hard. All right. So yeah, 8 being a dually. So first of all, wow, what? So 18 is too soon now for some reason. I don't know why maybe I thought that was a different arm and moved it. Yeah. Okay. Let's get back to working order. Yeah. Okay. Our score probably didn't improve. Yeah. Sneak the death symbol in the life potion. That would be cool. Okay, so we're still at 104. That's fine though. We're not that far from being able to knock the clock down. So 6. Oh wait, that's not the problem. 6. Grab plus rotate. So 6 is early anyway. I mean, we may want him to go faster later. Okay, let's get the score for this. Six is definitely asking for trouble standing out there, I'll admit. Okay, we're back down to 99. Let's see if we can knock the clock again. Looks like it. I tell you, this design is going to be amazing when it's done. Now we're back to 94. Can we knock the clock again? I'm not so sure, but let's see. We might just need to tweak 6 a little bit more. Nope. All right, before we do anything, let's save this one. I'm going to get the score on this and then make a new revision. Okay. we still have problems up here. There are, however, some alternative approaches we could do. See how idle this is back here? So first of all, if I figure out a way to make number 1 less annoying. So part of the problem is there's just so much contention on this resource. And there's not that much on this one. So one thing I could do is I could pass another guy up this way, right? Or I could pass another guy down this way, which is pretty far, but like, you know, this guy's already going far, so whatever. Like that guy's already going all the way around there to there. That's not that much further, and it would be less contention. So the real problem here is that 5 has to track to get this thing to 6. I mean, it doesn't matter. The whole reason I have 4 here is because it's fast. But it doesn't matter if it's fast. Because, well, I don't know. Let's figure out something with 1. So grab, rotate, track is 4. We could just grab, push, push, push. Oh, grab, rotate, push, push. That's the same thing, and it leaves stationary right by, 1 stationary right by an obstacle, right? So if 1 goes grab, rotate right, push, push, or extend, extend, right? That's the same thing. Oh, no. All right. There's that issue. How about, let's get him way back. 1 is going to be way back. Grab and track. No. I don't know, man. Grab. The problem is we don't want to come in from the top, right? Because damn it. So fuck this game. Instead of stopping the program, it should just flash the guy. So if we come in from the top, we hit this, right? If we're too slow about it. But part of the reason is that we're just so slow getting this damn thing. What if I grab track, rotate, shrink? I think that's okay. If I'm here, grab, it's a little complicated, grab, track, rotate, and that's the frame the next guy will grab, and then shrink. Grab, track, rotate, shrink. Let's see. No, grab, track, rotate. I said rotate and typed a different thing. Not good enough. Right, he needs to be coming down to up. That's my whole problem. So he needs to be tracking up from here. Dude, I don't even know. I don't even know. Maybe there's some fundamentally better way to do this. You know what? If we didn't have such freaking long arms, we wouldn't have this problem. Like sometimes long arms are good, but sometimes they're just bad. So, is this working condition? No. There should be like a green down here when you're in the last working conditions, you know, when to control Z2. I mean, there's all sorts of things in a game like this. Yeah. So that's the whole design here, is so that we can come up. Right, and this can be regular. Yeah. Maybe that doesn't have to change, but I mean, like I said, I just want to make more space for this stuff. So for example, I mean, we need room on the bottom here where 3 is. Which is why 3 is so far away. But we could rotate the atom in the opposite direction into the open space instead of toward the guy. And then 3 could be closer, and then this resource could be closer. Right? I don't know if that really helps that much, but let's try it, because we might have to like track less and whatever. And certainly, well, I don't know. I mean, this awkwardness with 1, we're really just trying to resolve that. I mean, like, why don't we just put the resource a totally different place? Like, the reason I had to have it be very clear is because we used to fill out this whole thing here, but we don't do that anymore. So for example, it could just live here, dude. Like, this could be there. Let me test that by just putting this other resource there for a second and making sure nobody blocked. Well, aside from that. Well, I can't test it, never mind. But if this resource was here and we were doing different, we can just do the usual like push, etc. Right? I mean, we could probably even just do this. 1 does that. Right, 5 doesn't have to track. You can just grab and toss that guy up. Which means he wouldn't even have to start so soon. So we can have 1 go and then 5. In fact, we can have 1 go, 3 can be a pusher. And go right after 1. And then 5. And then we'll worry about 4 later. Five done, hit it. Okay, we'll do 5 before 3. Whatever. That's going to be a little bit slower than we would like, but we're working it out right now. So that's just better, frankly. I mean, we still have to do the job of 4 has to pass his thing up now. Or no, 4 doesn't. What are we missing? There was a guy who had to... Maybe we don't pass up that way anymore? What's our crash? Oh yeah, we're not getting there. Why are we not getting there? Whose job was that? Oh, 6 is supposed to pass down, right? No, that's the wrong one. Hold on. Right, we're supposed to go here. Okay. Let's do the blue bond. So because we can't get a second resource out immediately, we're going to push this here. We're going to push that there. I mean, yeah. I mean, it could even be the same bond. Let's move this stuff over. Well, no. Let's keep it simple. Keep it simple. So 1 doesn't do that. 1 goes there. Three, I mean, frankly, we have a ton of time to do this. So we're going to prioritize 1, 3, because that's the common sense thing to do. And then 5 is going to track out of the way anyway. Because we have to track, we'll just track a different direction. So 5 grabs, tracks, rotates, and that'll get us out of the way of that thing. So 5 does grab, track, rotate. 6, of course, this puts 6 more in a danger zone. Fine. 5 goes grab, track, rotate, untrack, release. He's got time. And then 6 okay, now we're off by 1. Four is not even doing anything right now. That makes me worried. So 2 is trying to rotate. And 6 is doing all this stuff. When he should just release at this point, right? I mean, we might have to add some tracking to take him out of the way later, but... yeah, so we're not getting... we're supposed to get 2 guys over here. 1, 2. I guess that's what 4 used to do or something. So, yeah, that's what 4 used to do. So, like 2 is just sitting there on his butt for a while first. So, 1, 2. So, 2 can grab as soon as 1 releases, and then he can start doing this stuff as soon as that... in fact, maybe he can even do it 1. I don't know how that resolves. No. So So 2 is rotating. I don't understand how this made sense before. Oh, he grabbed and took over from 4 or something. Bananas like that. Yeah. So we're going to do it that way again. So 4 is going to fire. 2 is going to come later. 4 is going to grab, rotate the atom. Sooner. Oh, wait. Yeah, 1 cycle sooner. And then he's going to do 2 rotations. And 3 okay. So dual pumping with 3 5 is going to wait. Dual pumping with 3 is going to be another guy. Dual pumping is my favorite gym magazine. See how fast that happens? And then once 5 releases, 2 takes over. And goes that way. Okay, now that's all kinds of messed up because we're not, so. Now we're so fast here that we're too late with our third dude. Let's question that. Okay. Let's do our thing where, once again, 6 goes first, and that throws off the timing of everything else. So then 1, 3, and 4 all need to go later. Which means 2 and 5 need to go later. Dude, all right. Okay, let's look at that now. 1, 2, 1, 2. There. Two is maybe doing too much before the handoff, but that's fine. It's not the bottleneck. Okay. Now we run smack into this guy. Okay. So there's probably a smarter way to do this. Whatever. That timing still looks real close. All right, we're still at 94. Let's try to bump the clock up. We might hit 7. Why can't 3 do both pushes at that first station? Why do you need 4 as well? The reason is because it takes time for the arm to reset. So there's a 4-cycle thing. If you're going to repeatedly push a resource, there's 4 cycles that happen, right? There's a grab, push, release, restore, right? But as soon as you're done pushing, that resource is ready. And if you're going to repeatedly do it, there's 2 cycles during which you're not grabbing that resource. And so if you have 2 guys alternating, then it's actually maximum speed. Adam may not be moved in 2 different directions at once. Well, let me just see who that is. Okay, now we're back to this problem that we were originally trying to solve. All this stuff that we did was just to like make this take less space and whatever, so that we could have options about trying to relieve contention on this. That was the whole thing. So maybe I'm going to delete these. Make sure, uh-oh. See that? It changed my timeline when I deleted those. And then it didn't this time. This game trolls me so hard. Okay, so let's move the clock back up. We're going to save this one. And I might get lunch soon, guys, and then come back and stream later. Building the Infinifactory planet. Okay. Now, like I said, we have more options. So we go 6, 1, 3, 4, idle. Now, I'm going to try bringing a guy down, and it's going to be challenging to get him down there without crashing through the atom. Let me see. 6, 1, 3, 4, grab. It's one cycle late to get it out there. So let's just see. 1. That's kind of an annoying place, but I bet we could go 2. 3, 4, 5, if we want it to be this atom. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have time to do that. So that's the atom delivered by 9 to 19. So we would add arms down here, but we'd get rid of arms up here, and we'd get rid of contention on this, and we would make this resource be more about delivering stuff to this area, which maybe gives us more freedom in positioning it and making this less crazy. So let's do that. Let's try that. So 6, 1, 3, 4, idle. 20. Dude. So 4 is here. Let's make this 5. The new 5. Yellow is the new 5. All right. Grab, rotate right, release. No. Because that's going to crash. Because it's too soon. Oh, it's 2 cycles too soon. So we still have an idle resource that we're not using. So the question is, do we go over 2 or under 2? It depends on the timing. I guess we go over 2. No, we don't go over 2. We go under 2, I guess. Oh, we can't go under 2 without putting him up here. Ah, how do we get this guy where we want him to go? We can't track down because we're using this. Well, while I think about this, another option is to relieve this resource in the upward direction. And I used to even do that, right? Let's get rid of this. Okay. Is this craziness that 6 is? No, because 6 is first. Now. So 6 doesn't need all this craziness. And in fact, right here, yeah, 6 can do a dual thing. Let me simplify this here. So 6 is just going to grab, rotate up, release. All right, to put that there. 7 is going to track, grab, track, rotate, release. So we've got one fewer track, one less track. There we go. And now when 6, so 1, 3, 4, after 4, this is a little bit annoying, but it's fine. 6 is going to become our bottleneck because he's doing 2 operations so far apart. Actually, no, you know what? Screw it. 7, we're going for the gold here, and there ain't no compromises. 7 is going to drop a guy there. So 7 is going to, after 4, grab, rotate, rotate, release. There we go. So that's going to put us here. And we're going to pass this up to 19. So '21, actually let's get these numbers closer together. So new 8 is after 7 is just going to toss this guy up. Boom. Now, this guy, instead of grabbing from there, he's going to grab from here. And where does he put? He puts down there, I think, right? Yeah, he puts down there. So he's going to grab from there, rotate, track, track, which might already be his program. 20, grab, well, we'll rotate. Well, no, we'll track first, because tracking means we have less chance of collision. Track, track, rotate, release. Okay, now that we're doing that, one of these boppers up here, so we had, what did we do? We had 15 grab and put there, and that's not necessary anymore. And in fact, we had this other guy, we had this thing where 16 grabs, extends, and whatever. But if instead, now 15 grabs and rotates, right? Then we can do the original thing we were doing with this guy, whatever that was, which was grab, I don't remember what it was. He's just trying to put one there, is that the deal? I mean, we can replace all these guys with just something that grabs, track, track, track. And he would be way out here, right? Then we wouldn't need this guy. So what's this guy's program? 17. Grab, track, release. Oh, he's putting there. So if we just grab, oh, because we need to track like that. Okay, what's 14? 14 is necessary. Okay, we're just gonna, so 15 was this handoff. That is no longer in play. we're handing off to this. You know, we're going to delete that. 15 is just going to track it straight there. 15 is just going to grab. He's going to be shorter. He's going to grab, track, track, track. Because that's just where we're at. And then this thing doesn't exist anymore. So 15, grab, track, track, track. That's barely longer than his previous program. And now we've relieved contention on there, which doesn't mean the scheduling is right yet, but we've got one less guy grabbing, so it'll be easier to deal with. Okay, what happened there? Eight is one cycle too soon. And 18 totally missed. Oh, 18 is too soon as well. So 8 releases, 18 is there. And then what the hell is all this slack? That was probably obstacle avoidance. Let's just not even worry about that, because he's not in the same place anymore. Oh, he rotates the wrong way. All right, so this works. Okay, we're still at 94. Let's see if we can take the clock in finally. Get back to where we were. Not yet. So that's got to be, so now we've got fewer guys grabbing this. We've only got 3 guys. It's either 14 or 11. 11 is grabbing and 14 is grabbing. So if we take the clock in one other cycle though, that might not happen that way. Like an odd number of cycles is not so good. Okay, so now (11) and 14. Let's just see who should. So 11 is going first, 14 is going second, third. Wait, what? Is that 14? No, that's 12. This is 14. Okay. Okay. 11, 12, 14 should go after 12. Right. And it has to maybe rotate this other way. That's a little scary, but in there. Yeah. Okay. So now 16 is like, okay, what's going on? So 11 is the guy who passes off to 19, and 16 is the guy who needs to come in and swoop. So if 16 we'll see if we don't want to make his cycle longer, but yeah, okay. whatever. Not anywhere near being the bottleneck, I don't think. Yeah. Okay. Now 14. That's just asking for trouble. So we're looping. Okay, so now when I said 14 needs to go early before 13, that wasn't. What really needs to happen is 13 and 14 need to be synced. So like, I don't know. When the pipeline gets this deep, it gets hard to think about. What the hell is happening? Okay. So 19 is just going to go around the back way. Screw it. There's going to be a more efficient way to do this too, but he's not a bottleneck. And 9, let's see if there's a way to track this in without us going so far to the right. I mean, how long do we have here? We go, what? That gets delivered. Grab, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 cycles to deliver this, which is ridiculous. So we're just going to track that crap in. Right? We're just going to be like chilling up here. I mean, well, so we're going to go it's just, I'm not sure what's the best thing to not hit. So track, 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 rotate, release. Well, what the hell, we'll splurge. So 9 is going to be, oh, grab, rotate, extend, extend. Nine is going to be grab, counterclockwise, extend, extend. No. Counterclockwise track, extend, extend, release. This is bananas, guys. Okay, now what? Now we've got contention for this again, and this was not delivered in time. You know what? Screw it. 14's having problems colliding with 13, right? Well, let's just find a slot for this guy. He's going to retract and spin to keep out of people's way. That's stupid, I admit. But that's the level we're at now. Okay. So now our fundamental problem is just we can't lower the clock because our atom isn't done before we repeat. Our pipeline is too deep, basically. So now I have to find a slot again. I need to find a slot when 14 can go that's later. Oh God, that's terrible. (14) and 15 will exchange places. Okay. Please fix number 9, it starts too long. Oh, well, I screwed with 9. There were reasons why it started that length before, but yeah. 84, I told you this would eventually be good. I beat Fabian, but there's a lot of headroom in this design. There's a lot of headroom in this design. Let's see what happens. Okay, we can't knock the clock back anymore, actually, because let's see who our bottleneck is. It's time for me to go to breakfast, but let's at least kill our bottleneck and see what happens when we turn the clock back. So 19 is our problem. Who the hell even is 19 right now? 18, 10, 5. Oh, this guy. This clown. So his job is to grab that. Yeah, okay, that's fine. He can just do that and release. And then this guy here, when 19 releases, will grab, rotate left, release. All right? And 19 can be a triple if we want to speed up, if he becomes a problem. Okay, so continue editing. Oh, that wasn't the only bottleneck. Who else? 16. So I'm just looking, so the empty boxes over here mean people are waiting on other people. So 16 is full. Is that this guy over here? Was that who is 16? Oh, 16 is this guy. And he's already a dually. Oh, because he's waiting forever, right. He's like... Right. Well... I mean, the funny thing to do would be to double pump this guy and have the first one grab a thing. It's just the timing on that is, that's a thing you do when your timing is better. Because he's a dually, let's take advantage of the fact that he's a dually. So, okay. So this should still work. It's not the best way to remove the bottleneck, but yeah. Wait, what happened there? The clock timing shouldn't have changed because we had a clock. I don't know, maybe it was in the wrong spot. All right. What? Did I just make a mistake? What's happening? Oh, 11, I did make a mistake. So 11 shouldn't be bringing a guy back up. So what's happening? "19 is not resetting properly. Grab, rotate, 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 release. Oh, was he was supposed to be a dually. What's going on? Let's make sure this works. Watched the no-clip documentary on The Witness. It was awesome. I bought The Witness before, but I haven't played it yet. But it's cool. Tomorrow, watching a documentary really makes me appreciate the beauty of that game. Glad you enjoyed it. Documentary might spoil some things for you, but hopefully it is still a good game experience. Let's try bumping the clock. Oh, we can't. What? What? Who's our bottleneck now? 16 still. Wait, what? Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Okay. So I'm just gonna, this is really dumb, but you know, adding more arms. So it's going to be someone else's job to get this down to there, and that's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a little bit fun, right? But we have time to do it. Of course, I don't remember, like 16 grabbed like way back here. I don't know. So we're going to grab. We're just going to track around. We're just going to track around. So we're going to grab track. Like at some time, I don't frickin' know. Grab track. We'll try tracking 1. Right. And then that's gonna hit. Okay. So that's gonna put 1 there. And we're going to put 1 there. We don't want to track through here because another guy's going through there. And hopefully these guys miss each other. So 18. Goes there. And then, sitting down here, we're going to have a guy who grabs so 18 goes there. Yeah, grab, rotate, left, release. See about that? What? Okay. All right. We will be up here. Great. Arms piled on top of each other. Grab. Rotate. Well, that at least Removes our collision problems. Whatever. Grab, rotate, track, release. This is ridiculous. Grab, rotate. Yeah, 18 will pass it off to 19. I hope we get it there in time at this point. 19 will pass it off to 20. 20 will put it on the spot. Wait, what happened? So 17 is trying to do his thing. You know, while we're at the, so if 12's job is just to issue guys. 12 is issuing there. Oh, right, we can grab off here. That was the whole point of 12 issuing. Okay, actually that's pretty good. So 12's rightward issue passes us to 17. There. Right, which passes us to 18. Which passes us to 20, who's now going to be 19. We delete 19. All right, see what happens there. 17 doesn't need to track anymore. 18. Dude, we're going to get that there so fast. Ah! Drats. What does 13 even do? Thirteen puts onto there. You know what we can do? Part of what's confusing is we're passing these things in all these different directions. Whereas I mean, in theory, that's faster to go two different paths, but that's not our problem right now. Our problem is having too much stuff and too much confusion. So instead of passing this in the front, well, I don't know. So 13, yeah, screw it. 13 is going to grab, rotate, track, release. You might regret that, but probably not. And he needs to do that sooner now. Like, I don't even know when, but... Oh, no, he needs to do it precisely timed. That's the whole point. Okay, that's better, because I was about to pass this guy around the same bus, and like, okay. No, precisely timed. Okay, too late. I wish you could step backward. Oh, man. Okay. We've got to track and then rotate. Because rotating will bring it in such that it doesn't collide, but tracking will not. Tracking is too slow ass. Yeah, see that? This is reminding me of some kind of Christmas toy thing from when I was a kid, but I don't even remember what it was. Okay, let's see if we can bump the clock. We might be able to. That might give us an odd cycle overlap. Yeah, let's bump the clock too. Well, who was it? Because we have less contention here. We should just be able to work it out. It looks like 15 and 11 maybe? Yeah. $15 can probably be later. I just don't know. Now it's 15 and 12, right? Yeah. It's all right. Hopefully he could be later. I don't know. All right, so now we're going on here. What is it? Oh, because this guy doesn't move. Okay, basically we're trying to use this as a depository. And it's just sitting there too long. But we could, the easy solution is to get this out earlier, but another solution is to just do it later. Like we could exchange that with 11. But first we're gonna have 13 track earlier because, you know, he's not a bottleneck. So he's gonna track that, but not rotate it in. And that gives us a one deep sort of pipeline of waiting guys there. All right, this is going to be a much better score, and we still have headroom in this design. All right, eat that, Fabian. Okay, let's just see. I doubt we can knock the clock more. Oh, we can't because we have bottlenecks. 9. I kind of want to keep working on this, but I kind of want to get breakfast. I'm going to go get food and be healthy, but I'll come back and stream later. I'll give Fabian a chance to beat my score. A week's 11:30 p.m. You're in a very far time zone from me. Yeah, I like that No Clip Witness documentary. It was cool. I mean, those guys, you know, they're doing real game journalism, which is nice to see. All right. This was victory, but there's more victory to be had, I tell you. There's more victory to be had. Although I tell you, some of this timing is tight. Like, look at 14 here. If 14 was one cycle ahead, it would crash into the previous guy. Let's see if we can just delay that. Of course, that might be contention on this thing. Yeah. We'll work that out later. There's still a lot of contention on this. There's enough. I have space. It's just figuring it out because I don't have marks on the timeline of like when we're grabbing from this one. So I could also like, we're pretty close to max on this one now. Sean is at 153. He's playing now too. And my first solution was probably more than 153, so. All right. Yeah, look at that. 14 is just early. So we've got 14, 11. You could just swap 14 and 11. That's not going to solve any immediate. Oh, but 11. See, we've got the deep pipeline thing here. Let's just 14 later. And we want to say 11 earlier. But that actually means there. Is that right? Yeah. Uh-oh. I screwed something up. Oh, because whoever 11's handing off to didn't get their timing right. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, okay. So 22 needs to hand off to 23. Right. Like way later. Maybe even later than that. The thing is, they're like out of sync. They're like on a different sync cycle. Wait, what happened there? Okay, we're going to undo all this and I'm going to go to lunch. I don't even know which one of these was the last working order thing again. I hope I copied it. All right, this seems like it's working. Sauce fighting. That's exactly what this is. Okay, so we're going to return to menu. We're going to say hot sauce 74. There is still room in that design to improve. And we're going to improve it after lunch. I'll come back. Yeah, I was missing it, Adam, because it was coming too late, basically. So I need to work out that design without that atom being too late. Now the thing is, that whole grab by 11 and swing around, I feel like instead of doing that, we can reuse that new atom bus that I made around the right side, and we could just travel down that twice, which might make it easier. What's my cycle count on refined gold? Oh, dude, this was like the first thing I did in the game. I probably didn't try very hard. I don't even have a score listed. I guess they reset the scoreboard since I did it. Like 93, yeah, I don't even know. Like, no, this is stupid. Like, this is before I knew how to play the game. Let's just fix this really fast. Well. One just goes, oh. So, and how many do we need? We need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll repeat 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This We're going to need to dual issue this, so grab, rotate, we wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why didn't I go to lunch instead of frickin' doing this? Right? Let's make sure that's right. Why did I let someone sucker me into this? And then we need to make another one. See, I even put in releases because I didn't know I could just have blank spots. So now all we have to do is do that same thing from below. Whoops. Right, so like there. I mean, even maybe even there, I don't know. We got to rotate the right direction, or it won't work. Alchemy doesn't work if you rotate the wrong direction. Okay. That should be the theoretical maximum. Yeah, 62. I doubt anyone has better than 62 on that. It seems impossible. If you control drag, you clone. What do you mean it's not as easy as I think to get 62? What are you talking about? It's obvious. All right, guys. Speed is the main thing I care about. Yeah, I haven't gone back and done cost or cycles. I might do that later. I haven't finished the main game optimizing for speed. All right. I'll see you guys later. I will be back on streaming later on.